see my screen?
Yep.
Excellent. I'll just put the volume up so I can hear you guys. All right, so this afternoon we're going to be covering all these things: ways we earn, company positions, the marketing plan for the companies, for countries, which Steve will carry over, and some of the bonuses, residual income, level earnings, the 90-day plan will qualify businesses, team performance bonuses and promote out bonuses, and just a quick overview on the building incentive was when you get later on down the track. So we'll go through retail profits. Now, this is a handy little sheet that we have. You would have seen this a couple of weeks ago if you're on when Lauren and myself were doing this. Retail profits of all our Juice Plus products here. This is not all the DCN ones. This is a great little one to have printed out or carried with you. You can see here you've got your volume that you look at for going through your promotions, as well as the retail price, wholesale price for if you guys get it yourself, for example, or for samples, and then preferred customer, and then in 4-month installment and preferred customer profit. So this is based on when you become a direct franchisee. This is another great little cheat sheet that we got from one of the other teams, which was labels it all out quite nicely. It's a little bit hard to see on the screen like this, but this is same again, a really good one to print out, because it gives you what your percentages are as you go up through the ranks in the marketing plan as well. It also gives you a quick overview, which we'll go over later on the rocket sheets, of what you need for rocket and fast track bonuses and where they go, and also qualifying business, which we'll go through in more depth. But as you can see, the qualified business of 1800 PVC. Now you can see that the points volume, or the volume points per box, these are points volumes that we're talking about, that you can actually see that are related to our 1800 PVC. These are two great little handy sheets. So this one and this one, great to have printed out and kept in your folder. All right, retail profits, based on earnings. So, your base earnings. So we're talking about DCN earnings here rather than the just straight Juice Plus earnings. You'll see there the retail profits. Essential REIT is 74 per client, and then it ships three times a year for the 4 months each time, so it's 222, and these are all based on being a direct virtual franchise. And then you've got the premium detox, the 94 per client, and ships 3 times, so 283. You can see the difference between the two essentials and the premium detox. For that. That's the basics based earnings when you become a new franchisee. Commissions, what you earn. This is probably the big one that most people want to know. We all start off the same as a virtual franchisee. So here you can see the virtual franchisee for a standard fruit and vegetable, it's that $40. A premium pack, $61, and then the complete bars of $34. So that's your, as a virtual franchise, what you actually earn as part of that. So you can see when we do the DCN Essentials pack, you're earning the 74, as we talked about before, and the 94, which we talked about. You can see that as we jump through the ranks to 4% direct virtual franchise, it jumps up and then up and up. So we want to get up to this sales coordinator very quickly, so we can start to get that $134.20 compared to $74 when you actually start in the business. So you can see this. All these will we'll hopefully put this presentation up on the site, so anyone can have a review through it and have a look at it. And definitely these couple of cheat sheets and stuff like that we'll post up on after we've done this. Positions, I'll hand over to Stephen to go through the positions, go through the fast tracking, and for the marketing for the for the couple of different countries that we're also in at the moment. So, Steve, across to you. If anyone got any questions at the moment?
Cool. If you can
No,
just...
everyone seems quiet. You got hands on there. Pardon?
Cool. So I'm just going to share my screen there now. So I'm just going to give a bit more overview of the actual marketing plan, because I believe that it's really important that we do understand how this works. Because well, for me anyway, a lot of time when I started, I had no idea how this worked, how much we actually got paid, how to move through the positions properly. So I think it's really important that we do understand all this. So this is kind of like an overview of the Australian marketing plan. I'm going to touch on the UK, the Irish, and also the US marketing plan as well. But the way I've put this together, it's pretty simple to follow, and they're all more or less the same. So on the side there, you can see we have the product, the premium DCN, the essential, and then the products that we have. Next column then kind of just shows you the price per month of what the customer actually pays. The next column then actually shows you the volume, what each product has actually worked towards your business. Then the next column is actually what you get paid per product. So as again, you can see what Dave was saying there a second ago that, why is this moving? So you see that what Dave was saying a second ago, that when we start up, you can see there that, you can see that when we start up for a premium DCN, you get $95, but when you move yourself up to sales coordinator, you're making $155. So there is that jump there. And if you're doing the business, it just makes sense that you do want to get to that sales coordinator position, because of course you're going to get the most money for your own personal customers. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you exactly how to actually get to that sales coordinator position. Now looking at this template, it's pretty easy to work out. So if you come down and you look at the positions, you'll see that D fast track, so direct, and you'll see that it's 1,000 volume within your first 30 days. And in the Australian marketing plan, if you do it in your first 10 days, basically the company gives you a $100 bonus. So how we work out how many actual customers we need, all we simply do is we go back up to the volume. So we see the premium is 557 and the essential is 430. So if we get the 1,000 volume and we divide it by the 557 or the 430, we know that we need 2 to 3 customers. So simply by getting those 2 to 3 customers, it's going to allow us to hit that first position. So then the next position, the 4,000 volume, so we see SD Fast Track, do that within your first 30 days, the company gives you $300 bonus. Do it in your first 60 days, the company gives you $200 bonus. Now same again, all we do is we get a 4,000 volume, we divide that by 430, and we see that it's roughly around 10 customers. So looking at the DCN, it's roughly 8 to 10 customers to allow us to hit that position. But this is where we come in to actually start leveraging our business. Now, say, for example, you start up your business, the very first thing you're going to want to do is hit that direct fast track, because that's going to give you a $100 bonus. It's going to give you your first promotion. But within our business, we don't just share the product and program. We also share the business opportunity, because the business is there to help people improve their lifestyle, allow people to be able to create an additional income, work from home, spend more time with the kids, be able to take more holidays, whatever it is that someone wants to do this business. We do share the business opportunity just as much as we share the products and program. So if you have 3 people that you share the business with and they jump on board with you, each of those 3 guys are going to straight away work towards their very first position. So if you've hit your 1,000, those 3 guys hit the 1,000, that automatically puts 4,000 within your business. So again, that automatically gets you to that next position. So then the next position after that is our SC Fast Track, which is our sales coordinator. So like we said a while ago, that's the position that we want to get to as quick as possible, simply because it pays us the most earnings for our own personal orders. And as well, you're going to see in a minute about the differential earnings that Dave will go through as well. So you'll see what benefit that has as well towards the business. So again, how we work towards the sales coordinator, we need 12,000 volume. So if we get that 12,000 and we simply just divide it by the 430, you're going to see that it's going to give you roughly around 30 customers in your business in order to hit that position. So again, we work on leveraging our business. If you have your 3 team that have come on board, Initially, those 3 teams are going to start working towards their second position, which is going to give them 4,000 volume each, which will automatically put that volume within your business and allow you to hit that sales coordinator position. But of course, you can start building up your own customers as well and start to bring on more teams. So guys, that's kind of really as far as I kind of go with people at the start in order to move forward in your business. So again, it's just about getting out there, sharing it. But looking at this template, it just kind of makes it a bit easier to kind of understand it and know where you're going. Because like, if you don't really know where you're going, it's so much harder to hit these positions. Let's just say, for example, if you had your eyes closed and someone threw a ball up in the air, the chances of you catching that ball are very, very slim because you can't actually see it, you can't focus on it. And it's the same with this. If you're going for a position, you want to know how many customers you need in your business, how many team members you need in your business in order for you to be able to continue to move forward to hit that. So underneath the SC position of the fast track, we also have a slow track way. But you can see there, to hit the fast track is 12,000, to hit the slow track is 18,000. So it just kind of makes sense to go for the 12,000 because it works out a lot less customers to be able to do that. The next part then underneath that we have PVQ, which is basically qualifying your business. So by doing that, it opens up your business to an additional 4% that you start to earn from your whole entire team. So in order to be able to hit that, what we need to do is we need to be a minimum of senior direct. And how we work that out as well was we basically get the 1,800. We know that each customer pays per month unless the customer pays up front. So if you have an essential DCM, we know that the volume is 430. So if you divide that by 4, it's basically 107.5 or so. So that means you need 18 customers minimum in order for you to hit that PVQ volume, which is basically 18 customers. Underneath that then, it just kind of gives you a brief overview. Then again, you have the different positions, you have the time frame in which to hit it, and the actual volume that goes with it. So of course, we have our senior sales coordinator position, Q&MD and NMD as well. So as you can see, the volume grows in each of the positions. That means you need more customers within your business. Also as well on the far side, you can see the bonuses as well that you pick up. So I'm going to touch on that now in a minute. But I'm just going to give you a quick overview. So basically this is the Irish one. Again, we look at the products, look at the volume, look at the positions. Again, we take the volumes and just divide it, the volumes that needed, and divide it by the volume what's worked from each product. Again, this is day one, it works out exactly the same as well. We can send you all this stuff as well that you can have a look at it. So if you're going to get a new team overseas or in different countries, that it is handy just to have these go through. And then again, this is the US one. So same thing again, we have the products, price customer pays, the volume, we have the positions in place, how much points of volume that you need to hit each position. But this is going to give you a bit of an overview about the bonuses that we pick up when we hit each of the positions. So the first one up top here, this is the Australian one. So basically we hit direct, gives a $100 bonus. Senior direct, you get 300 or $200 bonus, depending on how fast you do it. Sales coordinator gives you 600. Senior sales coordinator gives you 1,200. And it just goes up and up then from there. So, and then you get up to national marketing director, you get 3,000. Now, the cool thing as well as what we do in the Australia marketing plan is that we also get club level bonuses. So like I touched on a minute ago, saying that if you were senior direct and if you had minimum 18 customers running through your business, that means you basically have a qualified business. And the more qualified businesses you have within your business, that means the more club levels you have. You can see here we have 3 club, which basically gives you $700 bonus, 8 club, 1,300, 12 club, $2,000. So and that goes up and up as well until you get up to 100 club, which is basically a $10,000 bonus. And the next one underneath that is basically the US positions and bonuses as well that they pick up. So you can see on the side that that works its way up. And then the next one, you basically have the Irish marketing plan and the UK marketing plan. You can see over there that their bonuses are a lot higher than ours. So like even for them going to Q&MD, nearly like $5,000, NMD, nearly 10 grand, all the way up to PMD, which in the Irish one is nearly 40 grand. And in the UK, it's nearly 30 grand. So like their bonuses are absolutely huge. So if you have team in those countries, even just simply showing somebody this, what the actual potential is for them to actually hit those positions, and picking up those bonuses, like they could be life-changing bonuses for someone. So they're pretty incredible with sharing them. So the next thing I want to do is I want people to understand that the way we build up our business, that we do build up residual income. And like if you're talking to someone and they were making, let's say, $6,000 a month working a job, and if you were talking to them saying like you can make an additional $3,000 a month working part-time, building up a residual income, that $3,000 is actually worth so much more than that $6,000. And what I mean by that is because people having that $3,000 residual income actually starts to free up more time for people. It starts to give people so much more opportunity in life. So it's really understanding that what we're doing is so much more powerful than actually going in, working 40, 50 hours a week to actually start to build up your income. And there's a couple of ways we can build up residual income. Now, one of the ways that people may know, it's about being able to write a song, get it released, get it played over and over, and the royalties that people get from the music or from the songs pays them residual income. If you're good at saving, that's another way you can get residual income. You basically go into the bank, get yourself $250,000. If you can get 3% interest on that, the bank will basically pay you $625 per month. But the cool thing with our business is, in order to get $625 per month, all we simply need to do is share, is help 20 people improve their health, improve their reading habits. And by building up 20 DCN clients, that roughly gives us around $625 per month in our business. And it also gets us to that position of being a qualified business. So the next thing I just want to kind of touch on now is that the company pays us on helping people get to that $625 per month. The more people we help to get to that position of 20 clients, of having that much extra money coming in, the more the company is going to pay us. And this next slide kind of just shows us a little bit about that. So this kind of gives you an idea what the senior direct position looks like. We build up our clients, and we build on our 3 team members like we spoke about earlier, and we help them to build up their 20 clients each as well. So in doing that, by helping 3 people, the company goes away and starts to give you $1,000 a month. Between you and those 3 guys, you go away and you help another few people, and you build it up to 8. The company turns around and starts giving you $2,000 per month. And again, this is residual income that's going to come in month after month after month. And again, between yourself and those 8 people, you share it with a few more. You build it up to 12, help those 12 people have 20 customers each. And now the company is going to start paying you $3,000 per month. And from there, it just starts to grow and grow. And remember, as this starts to grow as well, if you step back and didn't do anything for the next 6 months, as long as all of those customers stay using the products, the company is going to continue to pay you over and over and over. So this is just kind of the bigger picture. And it's really important that you do understand and you do see that what this opportunity can actually give you and how far it can actually go. Because like once you start to build up this extra residual income, it just does really allow you to have those more, give you so much more opportunity in life to be able to do whatever it is that you want and focus on your passions. So Dave, I'll pass it back over to you.
Cool, thanks Dave. I'll just share my screen again. Now, are there any questions on any of that stuff so far for either Steve and myself in regards to the compensation plan or any of those sorts of things? No? Okay.
Quick question.
Yep.
Anybody there, so everybody's obviously moving towards their next position in their business. Is there anybody that doesn't understand how to get to their next position or understand what they need? No? Okay.
That's good. All right, guys, I'm just going to share my screen again. For Australia, this is the Australian compensation plan. Now, this is simplified, but you can see this is what Stephen was talking about. You know, very simple way to look at it. You've got your 137 franchisee fee for Australia. You're virtual. You then turn around and you can see you've got your options, whether you want to do it as a hobby and just go cumulative over a period of time. But we're always talking about doing it fast track. because with our fast track, it means we get those extra bonuses. You can see those $100 bonus, the $300 bonus for getting to sales senior direct, and you get your commission levels that we talked about as well, which gives you that extra commission on top. And then, so you can see how it all stacks up here. I'll start talking about the qualified business, first qualifiers, and also then we go into the higher areas, which give you a building incentive bonus. You've already hit your commission levels because you've gone to sales coordinator, and then you can see the pay line volumes that you acquire when you start getting up. So it is very important that we build team and build wide and build deep. Now, by building wide, we gain a larger open volume, which gives us options to find new people that are actually wanting to do the work rather than people who are just in it to get their own product and maybe enough to pay for their own product. We say the 80-20 rule. If we sign up 5 new franchisees, out of those 5, we're possibly going to find one person that really wants it like you do. So, you want that one person out of those 5 people to keep that rolling through and actually start building that massive team and leverage as what Steve's talked about. Just go down, click onto this one. Okay, now, for those who have already been in the business or those who are starting, we always talk about doing fast track. Fast track's the best way to cover it because we're doing it quickly, we get the bonuses. If you do miss that or something's not right, the office gives us a chance to do a restart. Now, this can only be done once a year, but it means we fill in this form and we can actually do a restart of whatever position we're going for if there's a fast track going for that. It also allows us to go for the bonuses. So, for example, like Steve was saying, the $100 bonus or the $400 bonus for doing the fast track or rocket tracks to senior direct, they will actually allow you to get that going. If you've got that momentum going, you might have missed it by a couple or something like that, you can actually do that restart. 90-day game plan. Now this one is, as it says here, for people who really want this business, who really want prepared to do the work. It may be that you're sick of your job and you actually want to get out of that and into, doing this as your A rather than your B or a part-time business. So this is for people that are serious about it, are committed, constant application each day to do their, what we call DMO, daily method of operation, contacting those 5 people and going through that. That they're accountable, teachable, as well as, whatever it takes to get there. Okay, you might, every 100 people, you have to turn around and go and you only get 1 person. You know that if you need 5 people, you need to talk to 500 people, not just to give up after those 100 people. So it's whatever it takes to get to that time. So what happens in the 90-day game plan? We have an application that we go through that we fill out for what we want, what's our goals and everything. And what we look at is in our first month of our 90-day game plan, we're going to direct in our first 10 to 15 days. So that's only 2 premium customers when you start up, which is, pretty easy. And then from there, within our first 30 days, we want to have 3 new team members, which we preferably get within our first 10 to 15 days to roll that through. And each of those team members to get 2 DCN premium clients themselves. So if you start saying this is what we call our senior direct module, that 1,000 is the equivalent of 2 premium customers. Premium DCN customer is the equivalent of 557 worth of volume. So we're looking at 2 customers for each of you and your 3 teams, which creates the 4,000 worth of volume, which will get you straight to senior direct. So you'll see that this module carries through all of our marketing. Then we go into our next 60 days. So from 30 to 60 days, what we want is a minimum of 2 to 3 new team within those new 3 team members that you have, plus extras for your team to make sure that, like we were saying, these 3 might be not the ones that are really working. We need some more width in our team to keep that volume and keep that momentum going. And what you'll see again, this will push you through to sales coordinator, because we're building this 4,000 module. So 2 premium members all creates the 4,000 module there, 4,000 module here, 4,000 here, which we need for sales coordinator, fast track, which is 12,000 worth of volume. So that turns over. So you can see that module happens. So once we've done that, we want to then roll into your third month. Now we're duplicating, as you can see again, we're duplicating that exact module downline again. And of course, you'll be putting your own new team members on, and your new team members will be putting team members. So the volume will be growing outside that as well. But it is important to note, we're doing that standard senior direct module each time. What this also does is starts to create qualified businesses. So you can see here, we will have a module and we'll create a qualified business. And this is where we're saying the club levels, you'll be a qualified business yourself. You'll then suddenly turn around and you'll have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 qualified businesses as a sales coordinator. And as Stephen was saying before, you get that 12 club bonus as well as on top of your commissions and your retail profit. So by the end of that 90 days, it'll be approximately $8,000 worth of bonuses plus all your commissions that you've got along the way. So that's the 90-day game plan. So is anyone wanting to do that, or have any questions on that game plan while we're talking about it?
Yeah, I'm doing it at the moment, David. I'm about to start tomorrow.
Excellent, excellent. So it just talking for that wise, it's important that you've got your Google list set up strongly, ready, so you know who you're actually talking to in those first days, and as well as getting your daily method of operation nailed down. For example, if you said, right, I'm going to do it from 7 till 9 at night or 7 till 10 at night to really punch it through, and then your follow-ups during the day at a set time, so you know when you're actually doing that application.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I've been on the phone to John actually this afternoon about all of this, so it's just a good little refresher, this training at the moment. And I've got plenty of notes, of course, but yeah, so it's just, and you're right, it's just a matter of getting on top of your daily method of operations and, really getting going from there. And I think, holding yourself accountable is going to be pretty good. And yeah, there's just a few little tips there, like John was saying, like get your, get like a calendar and, write down, a client or a potential team member that you've spoken to every day for 30 days. And then you can work out, what your success rate was on top of that. So you can know by the end of the month, what your conversions are, and you got a good idea on how long it's going to take you. But then again, over time, you're going to get better at everything again. So your conversion rates are going to get better over time.
Yeah, cool. No worries. Well, we'll move on. Qualified businesses. Stephen touched on this briefly before. Qualified businesses, 2 ways of doing your qualified businesses. In Australia, we need to have 1,800 worth of points volume turnover every month to qualify and to continue qualifying. Now, to do this, it's either personal customers, which, when you look at it, our DCN customer is 557 worth of PVC over 4 months. Now, so it's 557 divide the 4, which is 140. So you need approximately 13 customers. Now, it's important that we know that customers will drop off. There is a retention rate. It's important to do our customer care, but we know they will drop off. So it's important to have 3, 4, 5 more customers, or even keep building your customer base up so you know you are qualified. You don't want to drop off that qualification once you've done that, because it affects your check, which we'll explain later on your qualified business. Or you can see the second one, DCN Essentials customers is 430, so you divide that by 4 with 107, so you need approximately 17 customers to be qualified for the same. And that's just using personal customers. Now the other way is a combination of personal customers and new teams customers. So until they hit senior direct, you virtually borrow their customers to become a qualified business. So you can see it's important to be a qualified business outright, but for the time being, while you're building and getting going, you can borrow those customers. So this is where going wide on your customer base, or your team base, is important to get you qualified very quickly, as well as get you those extra bonuses that are down line. Following those bonuses can be, will be long-term, a large proportion of your check. They're probably about 85% of your check from your team to thing. As Steve was talking about before, you know, you get your qualified business as customers, it'll bring you in a check of around $600 to $700. Now, you want to leverage that by having a team, and by creating that team, you can then qualify. When you become a qualified business of your 1,800 worth of volume, you get 4% bonus of all that team who are direct franchisees and over, down 3 levels of that qualified team. So, you know, you can think about that. You suddenly get 20 new team. They're all gone over direct. You can be rolling over, say 60,000 worth of volume coming through your business. It'll bring approximately about another $3,000 onto your check, which can be a large proportion of your check. So you can see $3,000 compared to the 600 if you're just qualified and rolling over your same customers. So that leverage is very important. And the next bonus you can get is the promote out bonus. Now this promote out bonus is 2% of all the, you have qualified business with yourself, and then as a sales coordinator, you then can have sales coordinators in your team and have an open volume of 5,000 POB will get you that 2% bonus of all the open volume within your team. And that's the same again. The open volume is everyone over direct within your team. So that can add up to a good 10 to 15% or about 10% of your check at the same time. And then we have building incentive bonus. Now the building incentive bonus is when you become sales coordinator, QNMD and NMD. And these are based on your check, and a percentage of your check goes towards, goes back into your check. So for example, if you're getting a $3,000 check and you're a sales coordinator, though they recognise that you've got 2 or 3 qualified legs, you'll then get probably around about a $500 bonus on top of your check. And these are used for going towards running events, travelling for going to events with your team and supporting your team. They do that as a building incentive bonus for when you get to that thing, because you will be going around and doing events. You'll be doing stuff like Steve and myself and Lauren and Zoe are doing now with these events, putting time aside to and that's virtually the head office giving you a bit of an incentive to keep that momentum rolling and keeping your team rolling through. Well, okay, so I'll just drop back onto one of the slides that we were talking about before. So you can see here what we're talking about, qualified business, and then you've gone to your 14% commission through your sales coordinator. And then from there, you can, as you get to your senior sales coordinator with your volumes and your team involved, you can see they start giving you your building incentive bonus, because you're actually using that to help with these guys, whether it be maybe even using some of that money to incentivize one of your team players to come along to conference or something along those sorts of lines. So, any questions from any of that, guys? Or Steve, do you have anything to add on to what I've gone through there?
No, I think that's more or less everything covered.
Cool. Well, guys, any questions on any of the information we've given you there? Everyone's quiet again. It was like last time. I think they're all absorbing it. Lauren, have you got anything that you'd like to add from when we did this previously?
No, I think you guys have done everything in that, so it's really good. Thank you.
Cool. So, guys, I'll post up a couple of the little tags that we talked about before. I'll put this little handy cheat sheet and this little handy cheat sheet up on the Team Falcon for everyone to grab off the Team Falcon. Apart from that, Steve and myself will combine these two, and we may talk to John about putting this presentation so everyone can review and go through this on the Team Falcon site. So if you want to come back, you can have a look through some of this. If there's no other questions, we'll probably leave it there. I'll stop sharing my screen so you're not looking at everyone else. We're looking at everyone else.